Lyric Moore.
Hi.
How are you today?
Good.
Good. All right, so today Lyric is going to share her 4-H speech with us, her Tropicana 4-H speech with us, which I found to be very timely for this month. And I'm so excited that she's here to do this because we need our youth to be totally aware of mental health and ways to cope and deal with life's pressing issues. Because we have to remember that what's pressing to us as adults is not always pressing to our youth. And what's pressing or could be considered a crisis to our youth may not be pressing or a crisis to us. And it's important for us to acknowledge that and affirm and accept. So, are you ready? Because we're going to do a short interview later.
All right.
Did you want to share anything else before you did your speech?
No, I don't think so.
All right. Well, I'm going to give her the floor, the space, so she can do her thing. And then I'm going to come back and talk to Miss Moore about how she came up with this amazing idea. All right?
Ah.
You got it.
Okay. Art and mental health. How do they go together? Well, let's start with what is mental health? My favorite definition comes from Google Dictionary, and it says, mental health is a person's condition with regard to their psychological and emotional well-being. So basically, it's all about the well-being of your mind. The next question is, what is art? Well, art is defined as the expression or application of human creative skill and imagination. But I believe art can be anything creative, from drawing and painting to gardening and home improvement. Today I'd like to talk about how art can affect your mental health. To start with, just merely looking at art can increase empathy, tolerance, and feelings of love. If you want to view art locally, you can go to the Highlands Museum of the Arts, South Florida State College's Museum of Art and Culture, the Peter Powell Roberts Museum of Art, take the self-guided tour of Lake Placid's murals, or if you want to view art at home, you can download the Daily Art app. The famous artist Pablo Picasso once said, "Art washes from the soul the dust of everyday life." Studies have shown that trauma and stress can degenerate neurons. Studies have also shown that creative thinking can stimulate your brain to generate neurons. Also, art reduces stress by lowering the stress hormone cortisol. To help my family lower stress, I created a miniature tabletop Zen garden with a sign that read, "Zen Beach, open for distressing. Draw in the sand, dip your fingers in the slime pool, enjoy a time out." Did you know that art can make children better students for life? It has been scientifically proven that children with musical training perform better at math, language, and reading. It has also been proven that children with art lessons show increase in brain plasticity, fluid intelligence, IQ, and attention. Something that helps me with the stress of math is taking a break to Moodle, aka doodling while doing math. Albert Einstein, one of the world's most brilliant minds, once said, "Creativity is intelligence having fun." Now you might be thinking, can I do art if I'm not an artist? Well, the answer is yes, you can. How? Well, you can start by using good old-fashioned crayons and a coloring book. And guess what? You can now find adult coloring books too. If you would like to share the art you create, I've created a hashtag. #ArtForHappyMinds, all one word. This hashtag's intended purpose is to inspire you to create art for the well-being of your mental health and share a picture. It is my hopes that I have inspired you today to care for your mental health by creating art.
Awesome job. All right. So, thank you so much for doing that and sharing. I thought she did an amazing job at the Tropicana Speech last week, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Last week?
It was, yeah.
Really?
It was only about 4 or 5 days ago.
Really?
So yeah.
That
So
didn't,
it didn't seem that.
No.
It didn't seem that long
No.
ago.
No.
Yeah. So the other day we came up with the idea to do this because we've never had a youth kick off our Mental Health Awareness Month. So we're just very excited to have young people who are advocates not for just mental health, but wellness for our community. So what I wanted to do was talk to Lyric about how she started Art for Happy Minds.
Well, it's kind of a weird story, but we were upstairs in our school and we were trying to find subjects or topics for my Tropicana speech, and I was like, we are never going to find a topic for this speech. So I turned on my head, stood on my head, because I wanted a new perspective of things, and I started rattling off possible topics, and one of those topics was how art affects mental health. And after I said that, I said maybe 2 more, and Mom said, wait, what was that other one you said? And so I told her how art affects mental health, and from then on, that was what our speech was going to be about. But the hashtag Art for Happy Minds didn't come till maybe after we actually wrote the speech. I was on Instagram and we were looking at things, and Mom's like, what about a hashtag so that people can share pictures of the art? So that was how we came up with doing a hashtag, but we went through a lot of possible names for hashtags, so they tried to do something that wasn't already done before. Right. One of them was, there was so many we thought of, I don't even remember them, but we came up with hashtag Art for Happy Minds. So that's how we came up with the hashtag, and I posted on it, and my friend Amanda has posted on it so far.
And I'll be posting on it soon.
You have posted on it too, yeah.
Okay.
A picture of me and Royal.
Oh, that's right. Okay, yes, I have posted. Sometimes I don't even know. Okay, so what are some other ways that you think you can, like, what can you do to create a happy mind?
I don't know, but there's so many types of different art. Like, music is art, and as I said in my speech, I believe art can be anything creative from drawing and painting. Mm-hmm. Also, like, gardening and home improvement. I know some people who help their mental health by just gardening and
digging in the earth. Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. I like that. I like potting.
But also, if you can play an instrument, then
that works too.
Play the instrument for fun, maybe without even a specific song. Just kind of, I don't know.
I was jumping on my bed the other day, and that made me happy, all by myself. It was lots of fun. I don't know if that's considered art, but it's something I did to create a happy space in my mind. It took me back to my childhood, and I think I'll jump on my bed more. You jump on your bed?
I do jump on my bed.
That's good.
Trying not to knock over the hanging plant I have above my bed.
Okay. So, you tell them, what do we have going on at the building next door?
So, if you tell them the address.
200 North Commerce, which is on the corner of North Commerce and Pomegranate.
We have 3 art stations so that you can just stop by for a quick session and just do either coloring or playing with Play-Doh. We have cookie cutters and molds and all different types of stuff. We have watercolor painting and tempera paint and some glittery paint. And then we have different, like, adult coloring books that have, like, really detailed things, but you don't have to be an adult to color in adult coloring books.
This is true.
So,
and you don't have to be a kid to color. Right?
And you don't have to be a kid to color in kid coloring books either.
That's right. I color in a lot of kid coloring books. Yeah. And what's one of our favorite things to do?
What do you mean? Like,
what do we do to de-stress sometimes?
Shop.
Yeah. That
and most
of
the time, my dad shops a lot, and we call it shop therapy.
Yeah. Yep.
But we'll shop in different stores, you and I, and then randomly she'll come to our house and we're wearing the same thing. And
yes. Yeah. We vibe like that. All right. So, what time is it? It's 12:15.
Can you repeat
And-
the purpose for the hashtag?
Say that again?
Repeat the purpose for
Oh.
the hashtag.
Oh,
And we could do art at home and use the
Okay.
hashtag.
so, let's find the line in the speech. Okay. Hashtag art for happy minds. This hashtag's intended purpose is to inspire you to create art for the well-being of your mental health and share a picture. So you can use the hashtag on any pictures of art that you do, and you can just put the hashtag on it, and it'll come to. Well, we have a lot of people posting on it.
Well, what you can do, because this is something I do on Instagram, so if you put in Art for Happy Minds in the search field for an Instagram, then it'll bring up all of the art and images that are associated with that hashtag.
So there's pictures of stuff that I did. There's pictures of the Zen garden that I did to help my family reduce
That's
stress.
one of my favorites. Yeah, it's
It's a little
sand,
beach,
and then
yeah.
there's like slime, which is actually a pool, but the pool is made out of slime.
Yeah.
You can stick your finger in there, and in the sand, you can just like draw on it and play in it. And when it was Christmas,
We had a winter one. It had white
Yeah.
sand and it had like.
and you hid the little Santa. She would hide the Santa from my daughter.
Actually, Misu would hide the Santa.
Oh yeah, Misu hid the Santa.
And then make
you-
us find the Santa.
That's right.
There was a little Santa and he stood on top of the roofs and she'd bury it in the sand.
So there's so much that you can do and share because
Maybe
it's
that
about
helped her
educating.
mental health.
I think so. Yep. Start young. Start learning ways to cope with stress young. Hopefully Misu's not stressed, but I hope you all understand what I'm saying. All right, so we're gonna go and make sure everything is set up next door, which Lyric and her mom Rachel have been working on and doing an amazing job. And thank you to More Performing Arts
You want
for
to say hi?
always creating and inspiring. No. All right, we're good. We're ready to go. We're gonna go color. Oh, we've got sidewalk chalk and bubbles and a whole bunch of
Yes.
stuff. So if you want to come down during your lunch break or after work, we'll be here till about 5.
4 or 5? Yeah.
Yep. And throughout the month, you can come and hang and just be. All right. See you later.
Bye.